Hello, wrong camera. Let's start there. Hi, it's Friday. I hope you've had a great week. I've had a really bad hair morning, so I'm styling it out with an ear hat. I'll sort it out after the video. So if you've had a wonky week or a wonky morning or a wonky day, then may you style it out in your own little way. Right, today we're going to do some rainbow stamping. I'm very excited about that. And as it happens, something perfectly aligned has lined up there. So I'll show you that now. So let's head on over to the desk. And we've got a little spoiler here. Quickly, if you haven't been watching, these are ones from earlier live streams this May. So a half and half. This one, which does do a little bit of rainbow stamping, but in primary colors. And a wood grain. And today, let's have a look at these stamps. Okay, spoilers done. They're not coming back. Right. So I have my big set of rainbow building stamps from Catherine Pooler called Smile Bright. And over in Classland, the last lesson that I did for the current class involved giving the audience a choice between this photo with all the greens and this photo with the blues. So that's going away again. But if you want to take those classes, you'll get a whole thing about how that came to be. And because they chose the blue, I've got this green one, and that's a Wizard of Oz outfit. And I have rainbow stamps. So this was meant to be, yes? So we're going to do some rainbow colored stamping. We're going to do some green tonal stamping and put rainbows all over a page to go with the Wizard Oz, the Great and Terrible. Yeah, so that was World Book Day this year, and that's a copy of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz in his arms there. So good morning, those of you who are here. We've got Mel and Joanne and Jolene and Tina, Christine, and Kay, Belinda, Elaine, Sandra, Joanne. Oh, did I say Joanne? Did I not? I don't know at this point. We have a lot of J names in our crew. Status Check is here. Mel, Verna, who have I not said? Gemma's here. Allison. All right. If I've missed you and forgotten you, it's probably because I think I've said you more than once. Oh, no. And Jen writes has just come in. Right. So I've got smooth cardstock. I've got one 4x6 photo with a bend and snap. Okay. Let's take the branding strip off this because it makes you nervous if I don't. And then we will have a little look at what supplies I've still got here and work this out. So I've got that, and we're going to stamp with these papers that I still have here. I've got journaling lines. I've got quite a few of these smaller labels. I've got some pink. Got that. I've got this. And then Jean comments on so many J's, and then like it was her cue, Joe turns up. So hello, Joe. All the J names. All the J names. Right. We have got in here, what do we got? Those are my two backgrounds that are left to go. 2 or 1? Yeah, 2. And a starburst. Okay, so the big sheets in here are not available for use. So this is kind of what I've got, plus labels and maybe a bit of yellow. Let's definitely pull out all the green from the labels. Let's start there. Okay, so we've got that one there. We've got this one here. That's everything that's green. So that was a lot. And when I get to the sticker phase, I've got this kind of lime green. So I think we can make that lime green work by bringing in that equivalent in ink. So that is going to be like this. How many layers are there to the rainbows? 3 or 4. So for the green rainbows, this combination, I kind of want it to go the other way around. That way. Shabby Shutters, Twisted Citron, which will be a good match to this. Mowed Lawn, Rustic Wilderness. So that's my tonal green. Yeah, rainbow. Then we're going to have a more traditional rainbow. So we're going to go red, yellow. Actually, I want the paler yellow this time. I used this one the other day. I want a little different. Yellow. And then bring in one of those greens and put it here and skip orange and purple. I think that's it. Okay, so then the greens kind of go across like that. Okay, make sense so far? Oh, Mel doesn't remember seeing the camera paper. So that was Monday's video. Yeah. And Chloe is here live from New Zealand, but can't watch because she's not up to date. Oh, it's okay. I don't think it matters what order you watch the lives in. Yep. And Jean agrees, watch in whatever order. Stay here, it's fine. Okay, so I've got Shabby Shutters, Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, Rustic Wilderness. And then I've got Festive Berries, Scattered Straw, Mowed Lawn, Chip Sapphire. Okay? And I've got kind of this amount of paper to work with, plus a bunch of stickers. So we are going to have it's going to be quite central, I think. I'm just going to put him slightly off the center of the page, but not a lot. Okay, so that's going to be my my photo, and we're going to stack paper because we've got all these pieces. The journaling is going to go here. Yeah. So I'm going to have a paper stack, and this is like sketchy code for a stack of scrap papers. I may need to pull a few things from the scrap basket to bring a bit more color into this because I've got a lot, like this is a white base print, this is a white base print, and this is only a shade off from white. I might need like a little punch of a more saturated green or something, so I may do that. Okay, title's gonna go this side because I've taken the photo and put it slightly to the left, so I'm going to take my title to the right, and then the embellishment's all going to get tucked in here, but we probably will stick to what I love and make it kind of go like here on this diagonal. Yeah, so the embellishment goes like that, and here's confetti, and here's confetti down here. But then this background is going to have rainbows. These are so much smaller than what they will actually be because I have the big rainbow stamps today. Okay, so there'll be a mix of green rainbows. And what other color have I got in here that I could use to show you what I mean? I should have just brought out my colored pencil pot. What am I like? This is more effort than I usually put into a sketch. And a blue. Where's a good blue? There. Oh, that one wasn't rainbow colored. Okay, so. Dun, dun, dun. So, stamping a background where half of the rainbows will be shades of green, half of the rainbows will be actual rainbow mix of colors, with a big stack of papers in the middle with the photo on top and the title bottom right. Cool? It means we got to stamp this background first. And I'm going to warn you, it means that when we stamp this background, a bunch of it's going to get covered up. Don't freak out about that. It's absolutely fine. So I'll need a mat in a second, but let me get these kind of distributed in a positive way. Okay, there we go. Let's do advertising speech. Hello! Is it focused? It focused. Hi, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. I did it in the right order today. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it legally is considered advertising, and I have to make sure you're aware of that. Are you aware of that? Thank you for watching my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from the future, quiet, I don't mind. Whether you scrapbook, whether you don't scrapbook, whether you scrapbooked a long time ago and watching me is making you think, maybe I want to go back to scrapbooking, maybe I don't. Come on, let's do it. Let's cut bits of paper and stick it to other pretty paper in an aesthetically pleasing manner. It's fun. If you know, you're into that sort of thing. So that's what I do around here. And in the description box below today's video, you can find links that can help you either make along with me or learn stuff from me or support this sort of video. So you can shop through affiliate links to get what I'm using this month, what I'm using next month, or you can take a class. And right now there's a class that's right at the very beginning. I'm in the bridging stage, which is where I link what I taught in the last class, which is all about color. And that was called Scrap a Rainbow, to what's coming up next, which is talking about album process and philosophy and practicality in telling the story of all the little bits that make up our daily lives into one album. So that one is called This Year's Story. And so right now in the middle in the bridging class is a bit called Stretching Your Stash Rainbow. And I'm showing you all different ways that I will collect supplies and use them in order to get more ideas from the stuff I already have on hand, and not all things that you need to watch this and follow it right this second, but more ideas that you can put in your mind so that when you are looking at different conundrums that you come up with in how am I going to scrapbook this, or what am I going to use to scrapbook this, or the other way around, what am I going to do with this stuff that I bought, and trying to figure out how to actually make that work in my album. That's what the bridging class is all about, and you get that with either class. So if you signed up for Scrap a Rainbow, you can access that. And if you signed up for This Year's Story, you have access to that too. Cool. And then the next installment of that will come this afternoon, and you'll get an email when it's ready for you. All right. I think that's everything. Let's do this. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, Jolene's boy is graduating from high school tonight. Excellent. Congratulations. Good job, team. What was I going for? Oh, a mat to put under this. That's a really good question that I just asked myself in my head, which was, did you bring the mat back up after you helped a small person do his homework on the downstairs table? I might just need to be careful. Oh, no, I did bring it up. I did bring it up. I'm looking right at it. Okay. Oh. In fact, it appears I have done some paper cutting on this mat and rolled it up before. I must have done it in a live and then just taken it to the side. Yep. Oh, I know what this was. Okay. All right, so we're going to take this over to here. Come here, little basket for paper scraps. Oh, not even scraps, like smaller than savable. Okay, I have been a grown-up and not just smashed it all over my desk or brushed it onto the floor. Be proud. I am. Right there. I'm going to clean this bit of ink really quick. with, where have I put everything? Here. I do this, when I do classes, I arrange my desk in a slightly different way, and then it kind of makes me go bonkers and not know my way around my own desk. Because I will switch it from class mode to live stream mode, and oh, it's just kind of funny. I have to think harder than usual, that's all. All right. Oh, that seems wonderful. Allison has done use your stickers, which is one of my classes, and she has used up so many old stickers in the sticker class, and adding more just seems to keep happening. I love it. I love that you're using all those stickers that you've kept for a long time. Yay! And Christina loved this last episode with the blue layout, and you've already scrap lifted it. I love that. And it's one where if those kind of collage-y 49 and Market papers inspire you but also leave you quite intimidated, we cover that. So, yay! All right, let's get that off the back before it affects the stamping. And bring this over here. So these are the stamps I'm going to use. But of course, rainbow builders come in all different sizes, shapes, and you can use this idea with any of those rainbow builder stamps. But I was excited to have a different one because I have lots and I just wanted something a little different. Okay, so let's, I think let's start with green, and we'll do, Elaine says, is your desk still in sea monkey mode? Yeah, the sea monkeys are always this corner of the desk up here. So they are actually right in front of the camera that shows you my face. And I know it does, yeah, they live on the corner of the desk, which is perhaps not the best choice I've ever made. But yeah, they're happy. How many adults we got at the moment? I think about 7. And then quite a few tiny ones. So I never know if the tiny ones will become grown-up ones. You just see what happens. Amy's got 11 days left of the school year. We've got one more week next week before we have a week off. But it's not the end of the school year here because we go through July. Clean my stamps on the scrubber. Okay. I know I probably would be quicker if I did all the centers all the way around the page, but I am not going to be very good at spacing things if I do it that way, so I'm going to have to build them individually, I'm afraid. Also need to make sure that okay, I've got lower battery than I thought, because one thing, you know, like when you plug something in and it doesn't quite make the connection? I did that to my microphone, so I don't have quite as much juice as I would normally have. Like, oh, I want to be careful that I don't just suddenly go quiet. But we're good, we're good. And then clean it. And next from that one is that big solid one, which doesn't fit on that block, it fits on here. Okay, and then I'm gonna layer some of the extra details over the top. Now, this giant one is a big amount of surface. So if you're not used to stamping with kind of big surfaces, they take on a little bit more of a lino cut kind of experience where you're going to get a little bit of texture in the ink. Yeah. Now, if that drives you batty, you could use something like a Misty so that you could stamp it in exactly the same place multiple times until you can't see that texture anymore. But what I'm going to do is layer the textured pieces over this, the little like swirls and dots and stuff. So I think it will all come out okay. Yeah. So that amount of texture does not bother me at all. But it does feel more like a lino cut. But I like lino cuts. So that's all good by me. But if you like it to feel like it was printed that way with like a machine and perfection, then yeah, a Misty would be your friend there. I kind of like that just as a tonal, like I could make a whole pattern just like that. But you know what I like about rainbow backgrounds? I could just do rainbow backgrounds for like every page I make. Ah. Oh no, Sophia, that's the worst. Sophia's trying to sort out USB drives, and an entire folder of lessons from over the years has just disappeared. Ah! Okay, so then these can overlap, see? So I'm going to take this curly Q and take this color, the darker one, put it over the citron. Yeah? And this dot will fit over the middle one, I believe. It'll go in between there. Okay, so I'm going to use Shabby Shutters there. Put some little dots. Here. Yee! This is Shimelle's version of very happy crafting. Ah. And does this one go over a piece? Or is that the same? No, that goes in there. Okay, we can do that. And then what shall we do with the center? Wow. There are little pieces that can go in the center. I'm going to do the light green, the Shabby Shutters, over the top of the dark green. Whoop, but inked properly. That's better. This step might be too much, but you know, it might not. So I'm going to try it. Oh, it's not! It's just right. Eep. Okay, Catherine Pooler, I love it. This is brilliant. I wish you could see all my happy emotions right now. I should have put the face cam on, but anyway. Okay. So then let's see what happens with a multicolored one. Okay. Mel, I appreciate that pun. She says it looks wicked. All right. So this time I think in order to get the spacing right, I've got to go from the big one down. So we're going to do yellow with blue over the top. No, I'm just going to bring in one more blue. Okay, so I'm going to do the outside in speckled egg with chipped sapphire as the curlicues. Okay, I was trying to figure out if I did it in chipped sapphire, what could I do? I could put the speckled egg over the top, but anyway, either way I needed an extra blue. So to make backgrounds, you need to be able to go off the edges. So this is going to come down here. Now, this does make me realize that I can space out if I go from the big one instead of the small one. So that's what we're going to do. Now that I've kind of got a plan and I know what that looks like, I'm quite happy now to do that. So this is Shabby Shutters. Because everything then will fit underneath this arch. And each of these rainbows can be slightly different. I'll do this one in navy. Elaine, I'm tempted to do a green version too. I think there's an event in the future that I know will have a very green theme, and I might come back and do a whole background in those green rainbows for that, because, yeah, nice. Okay, so then we're going to take this one over here and go right off the edge. Which means this one kind of needs to be that too. Just re-ink it, Shimelle. Sophia may or may not have added some blue to her basket at Hey Little Magpie after Scrap a Rainbow. Amazing. Okay, let's go back to this bright green. That's gonna go over here. And also over here. Now, I know that's going to get covered in the middle, but I have a plan, so hear me out here. So what I'm going to do... Oh, by the way, I realize this is like repeating there, and then I'm putting one over here. I'm trying to not make it a complete pattern, because all the different pieces are going to change a little bit, so I don't want it to fall into a repeating design, really. So I'm going to stamp all of the outsides of the rainbow. And then I'm going to make the paper stack and then finish the insides of the rainbows, because then I don't have to waste your time doing the centers of the bits that'll be covered up. Yeah? That's my thought. Sophia had already bought a lot of blue. There's nothing wrong with blue. It's a beautiful color. You can do it. Use it all up. I have faith that you will use what you just bought. Right, this one is what I'm looking for. I'm like, why is there not my light blue over here? Because you put it on the other side of the desk for some apparent reason. Okay. And then we'll put the dark blue there. Okay. Go back to Shabby Shutters. I love this. Sophia's inner monologue when she's shopping. I need blue. I better keep that in mind. Oh, wait. I have a lot of blue. But sometimes there's just colors that you love and you know you're going to use them. It's fine. See, also, every time there's a nice new single colored orange pattern that comes to fruition. Oh, I need that. Yes, I do. But then it gets used straight away and I still don't have enough orange. Yes, if you grab, Sophia's automatically saying orange is what I can never find. If I will always grab a good orange if I see one. Yes. Citron. Let's do one of those up the top as well. Right off that top edge. Oh, the buttery yellow is going to go inside. Yeah, don't worry. What am I up to? Blues. Light blue. Yeah. There. Sophia used quite a lot of purple for her daughter's graduation photos, but luckily had a good supply. My high school was purple, and it was one of the first things I ever scrapbooked. And, oh, that was weird. It was really hard to find purple paper back then. And a lot of the purples that were available really faded. So I have some very faded purple pages in my albums. I do love a buttery yellow paper and a good sagey green. Well, it's not even a sage green. But yeah, you can tell from the B-sides in my collections the papers that I always wish I could find. Like, put in a B-side in this color because I can never find it, so I'm gonna make it. Seems legit to me. All right, and then one last one up here, I think. Like that. Okay, let's clean up a little bit here because there are two little ink dots there that are going to get covered up, but if I end up with lots more of them, it's going to be harder to cover it. Okay. Sophia still has a sheet or two of Field Trip Dark Blue. She's not hoarding it. She's just keeping it safe. Of course, we all believe you. Okay. Clean desk situation here. I'm going to put lids on things, and I may need to wash my hands. All right. Speckled egg, mowed lawn, rustic wilderness, chipped sapphire, shabby shutters, twisted citron. Okay. So just make a little more space here. So less likely. My hands okay? All right. So then we have got all of this to work with to go on top of that. Ink-wise, for edges, I'm going to go with brown because of the background of the photo. I just think black is going to be too harsh and brown's going to be softer, and I do want some color on there. Yeah, that just looks nicer. Okay. Allison's got dark blue going back to it. At least Sparkle City. So there wasn't any navy in the first collection, and the navy in the second collection in True Stories is brighter. It's closer to a royal blue than the ones that came later, because I had to do some convincing that we definitely wanted these properly navy papers. And I knew I'd done my convincing by the time we got to Little by Little, because the specialty paper in Little by Little is navy blue cardstock with gold foil, which Sophia finally opened and used the other day. So good job. I still have some that I haven't used too. I mean, I have some that I used as well, but I have samples that I haven't used of that. Yeah, so it took a little while to be like, no, proper navy blue is lacking in the industry and is beautiful. And one of the reasons I really, really, really love navy blue in scrapbooking collections is because navy blue is exceptionally flattering to all skin tones. So it doesn't matter whose face you put with navy blue, it looks lovely. And not all colors are like that. Some colors will really jar with different skin tones. And if you're scrapbooking like a group of friends, you will not all look alike. So your papers might look nicer next to one person in your group than the other, and that's not fun. So there we go. Sandra says, could you please give me the name of your sticker class again? Yep, so the sticker class is in a series called Use What You Buy, and it's the sticker edition. So if you go to Shimelle.com, the top post right now is about this year's story. That's the album class. Scroll down to the next one, and it has a list of all different classes that I teach. And there's a section that says use what you buy. And then in that section, there's stickers, bold pattern papers, stencils, and stamp sets so far. Yeah, it's not called use your stash, it's called use what you buy. Not that it isn't, like the concept is use your stash, but if you search for use your stash, you will find immense amounts of scrapbook stuff out there because it's a phrase that we all use. So use what you buy is what that series of classes are called for me. Yeah, but you buy them individually. So you can buy just the sticker edition is absolutely fine. Cool? All right. I have bubbly water with raspberries in it today. It's very nice. All right. Let's arrange some things. So I'm going to build from the top down. So photo onto journaling card. Let's do cameras here. It's okay, Jean. I just, not a problem at all. I just want to be helpful. As a concept, use your stash is definitely what it is. And this week, I've had 2 different conversations with people who were like, I'm looking for this class called Use Your Stash. And I was like, and they said they'd put it into Google and then they came up with like a gazillion things. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I gave it a different name, because Use Your Stash is something we say all the time. So I gave the classes a different name so that you can, in theory, find it. But if you're just, if Use Your Stash is what's come to mind, then my theory doesn't work. So sorry about that. But yeah, that's the idea. Use what you buy. A small person did point out the other day that means that what if somebody gives you all your stash? You don't have to use it. WB. Don't overthink these things. Oh, wow. China Girl says Spotlight for our upside down people. Spotlight has the whole collection of Sparkle City back in stock, and the embellishments are really cheap. Amazing. Yeah. Hello, Marlene. Friday night for Marlene in Australia. Yeah. Oh, Jean's got it. She says she doesn't have to worry about finding the classes because she's got the class pass. Love that, Jean. Thank you. Thank you. And Jean, have your messages with the class pass, your messages for this year's story have been coming through fine? Yeah? I just realized I normally check in with a couple people to make sure that's the case, that everything has transferred over for you. And I just, when we said that, I thought, oh, I haven't done that. I haven't checked in with someone who is on the class pass list and therefore just gets it all automatically. Because sometimes I worry, what if it doesn't happen automatically because I pushed a button wrong or something? I have been known to push a button wrong. Yeah. Okay. So then, I know this is going to cover up cameras, but it's going to get too big if I don't cover up some cameras. So I think we cover up like that much. Okay, this one over here. I so often now use white borders that this photo without a white border is kind of weirding me out a little bit. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm a little bit skew-iff here. Can I move just a little bit? Yeah. Okay. Now green. Nope, that's black, Shimelle. Brown's over here. Okay, China Girl says, yep. She, You're fine, Jean. Jean and China Girl have class pass and are getting the emails, no problem. Excellent, excellent. Jean says, don't ask her because she can't remember what emails she gets. But she's found the videos, so it's all fine. That means they're all good. Jean didn't know she was coming here to be put on the spot today. Okay. Put the black one away, Shimelle, before you mess up. Who wants to know what Lego people have visited my desk today? There's 3 of them over here in this little bit So WB leaves me things in this this little spot that's just to that corner. Oh, Kelly hasn't had any emails. Okay, Kelly, I will double check what's going on there. Cool. Right. So we have this astronaut. We have, ooh, secret astronaut apparently. And we have Marie Antoinette. She might have a dog. Sometimes she has a dog with her. It looks like she didn't bring the dog today. I kind of want this to lead into the journaling. Like that. But then I've got 2 bits of the lime green right here. So let's figure out what else I've got with the lime green. So I have one of those, one of these, which has the number 4 on it, but he is in year 4 at school, so I'm going to go with that. It's fine. And a star here. And that's all of the green, except for the bird. 1 green bird, yeah. Anybody come up with a bird link to Wizard of Oz? Right. Okay. Let's use all those. Okay. Christina and Kelly, I will have a look today for you. You're not, like, you haven't missed anything that's, there's nothing that's not on the forum, so you're good, you're good. It's just the link to say, here's where it is. Okay. But I want you to be able to get the emails, so. We will sort that out. So what if this one goes here? Yeah. So then I've got a little triangle, of greens. We'll make that triangle a square. Okay, so that's all my lime green pieces. Now let's see how this fits onto here. Ready? Because this would have pained you all if I stamped all of that and then put this over the top. Okay, so a pencil. So I don't have a general mailing list, and the ones that people were getting from the for blog posts was that's like a feed reminder kind of thing. So, which is a service that Google use, and I'm not too sure why it has stopped updating. I did put in a request last time we talked about it on here to see, because I went and checked thinking maybe it's just not running anymore, because you know what Google's like. Sometimes they just take services and go, you know what, we don't do that anymore. And so I thought that might be the case. But it's not. That service is still there. Okay, so things in between those pencil marks are no. Okay, now we can do the rest. Allison, Use What You Buy doesn't really have emails. So there is an email that goes out when you join, but by and large, those get blocked now because internet providers seem to think they're spammy. It says like, yeah. So the list to do with the blog, actually, I want to say has nothing to do with me, but not. I don't really mean that, because obviously it's my blog. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not physically sending that email. It's a service that has somehow changed and isn't delivering things. But when I went in to check, my list was still there, and it said, like, all buttons green, that it was still sending. But Sophia's not the only person to say, but I always got an update of your new blog post and I don't anymore. So we'll see. I need to do more investigating. I put in a ticket about it at one point, but I don't remember getting a reply, so I need to go search. Okay, cool. Right. So now I can... This one also goes over this, right? Yeah. Okay. So that one's entirely covered. This one here. That one. Then I won't make a mess everywhere, but it needs more water. Oh, Karina had a question about ClassPass. Where did I... Oh, sorry. Karina, a ClassPass is basically... it's like prepaying your classes. You don't know what you're going to get because it's going to be whatever I feel like teaching. But some people, like Jean, bless your heart, just want everything that I teach. It doesn't matter what topics I choose to cover. So in that case, you can prepay and it takes you through until that amount of money has run out, basically. So it's not a huge bargain. Whatever the last class is, you'll get at a slight discount because once I don't end the ClassPass until you've tipped over and you would have paid more if you bought them individually. So it's not something that I market hugely because I actually feel really nervous about anybody going, oh, I'm going to put down a big amount of money. And then you maybe later go, actually, I should have spaced it out and made... What it is I don't want you to spend more than you can afford. That's what it is. So it's there as an option if anybody is in a position where they're like, you know what, I have this money to spare. It's not going to cause me any pain. Like somebody could need something important tomorrow, the car could break down or whatever, and it's not going to cause you a problem. If you're in that kind of category and you would like to have all of the things that I teach, then you can start with half and half. So the last ClassPass starts in the post that has half and half. So if you go to the half and half sign up page, it gives you the option of signing up for just half and half or for the ClassPass. And you then get the whole load of classes until you would have paid more individually. Does that make sense? I'm not really good at selling this because it makes me nervous. So there we go. This one. Jean got hers as a Christmas or a birthday present, and now it's the present that keeps on giving. Now that's nice. I like that use of the ClassPass a lot. Excellent work, whoever gave that to you. Okay. So the light blue on the dark blue is very pale, but it is there. Oh, it's that side that I need. Okay, we'll do some green, and then I'm going to change to the other one that overlaps, the one that has leaves. Okay, so the green on top of here. Why is my screen doing that today? Orangina says the ClassPass is her security blanket so she doesn't miss out because she has FOMO and admitting it is the first step. Well, we're here for your recovery, one class at a time. Oh, lovely. here. Don't need to clean it. Here. The leaves are heavier design than the curlicues, so I want more curlicues to keep it from being too heavy. That's basically what I'm doing here. So I'll do leaves there and there and there. This one curlicue. Okay. That's the right one. This one is entirely covered. She's like, my husband bought it, but I told him what to buy. Nothing wrong with that. It's just good communication. Okay, so I said this one. This one. And this one up here. I have to say, when I get emails from partners and husbands and all sorts who don't know anything about scrapbooking, and they're like, so my wife, girlfriend, daughter, anybody, said that she wants classes as a gift. I can tell from your website that there's lots of scrapbooky stuff, but I'm not quite sure what to do from there. And I do have some very sweet conversations with people who are really well-meaning gift givers, and they're like, please don't steer me wrong. Please make sure that my significant other is going to be happy on Christmas morning with what I've picked. I don't know how much these things cost, so I don't know if I'm buying the right amount or whatever. It's very sweet, very well-meaning. Okay, right, so then blues for this. This one. And this one down the bottom. I've only had one partner email and literally say, are you real? Like, is this a real thing? I'm not confused. I'm not in the wrong place. But the words he used were, are you real? Like, and I think he might have also thought, like, if I'm a big company, is he talking to a human or is he talking to like a chatbot kind of thing? And so I just giggled for a long time about the fact that I had an email that said, are you real? Well, I've never thought about it, but now I really will think about it. Christina says, how is it going to work when we split in this year's story? For ClassPass holders, so it just means that the ClassPass will expire at 2 different points. So once we finish the starter phase of this year's story, ClassPass holders will have the option to either opt into all the other months, because it is your jam and you want to continue with that, or to opt out of all of the other months because it's not really your jam and you'd rather use your ClassPass money for something else. And it means that there'll be a one-off spot probably at the end where one ClassPass is ended, but some people still have credit. So the people who opt in and get all the months, when we have that one month, or one class, sorry, it's not a month, one class in between, where there wouldn't be a new class pass yet, blah, blah, blah. I will just contact everybody to make sure that you don't miss out on something that you want to do. Don't worry. And then it'll be all back in line again. Yep. But because the difference was a significant portion of your class pass money, I wanted to make sure I gave you an option, because that was perhaps more on one topic than you might have thought I would do. And I don't want to like leave you disappointed and going, I don't really need 12 months of this, Shimelle. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I think that light blue one there is all covered. Yeah. So this one, this has a curly Q, you can't see, same. So just this one here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, is Kirsty with us, but in the past at the same time? Okay, so yeah, Kirsty, you are here in the live chat, but your video is back. Kind of like when iPlayer asks you if you would like to join from the start of the program. You have joined from the start of the program. Kirsty's caught up now. Okay. All right, so that is all of the outsides. Let's just do all the green ones first. So I've got Shabby Shutters, Twisted Citron, Rustic Wilderness, nope, Mowed Lawn, Rustic Wilderness. Okay. And I can use this block that I like better. Okay. Here. This is my model. Actually, I'm going to go from the bottom because my model is closer here. So we're going to go with Mowed Lawn on this middle piece here. I've got a polka dotted one. And we'll put that here. And then we use the solid one. Here. And with Shabby Shutters. Oh, need one there. Okay, this one gets covered, so we're all right there. Okay, and then the center of the rainbow, just this one, and that's just gonna be the same color all the way through. The longer the dark blue dries, the more Orangina can see the curly cues. Yay. Oxides are fun like that. You never know what's going to happen later. Okay. Oh, I forgot this one. Right, and then the one that overlaps, I better not do the stripes until I've done some other bits so that that dark green can dry a little bit. So let's go to these dots. All right, and for the ones that are citron on the outside, this goes in shabby shutters. So that's, oh no, not on that one. This one, yes. And dun, 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 dun. Okay, I need to go to citron. Here. I really like how that that dotted layer really adds to it. I really like it. And this one can have that green. This one needs citron. I missed it. Oh, that one could have had that color again. It's all right. Christina says, I thought it would be weird when some people have credit and some people don't. It should be fine. It will likely just be one class, maybe two small classes. Yeah, don't panic. Leaf blower guy's out. He's on the other side of the building today, though. Okay. That's all of the dot layer. Zigzag layer next. And that's just in this color on the ones that have a solid middle layer. So like here. Here, here, and here. Orangina says, just add a bridging class pass. Fair enough. Okay, everything has that layer. And now I think it's probably been long enough that I can put the stripes on the center at the bottom. That's in shabby shutters. You could also leave half plain, but I really like that finish there, so I'm going over all of them. And I love that Rainbow Builder sets are really forgiving. So like you could spend ages getting those two stamps perfectly lined up. They look great offset, but maybe that is, again, my love of lino printing, but I like it. Okay, so that's all my green rainbows done. Yes, okay, let's move on to rainbow colored rainbows. So I'm done with 3 of these greens, but I still need 1. And I've got red, yellow, and 2 blues. Right, so now we're back to polka dot level and yellow. Oh, so we got polka dot one there. There. Don't need to do that one. Okay, but we'll have this one up here. And we'll go to the solid one. After much debate, Sophia's boys are now making rockets on sticks. They were not impressed by Sophia's idea of making daffodils for their sister, who's doing her exams. Apparently, she's getting a rocket. She's gonna like it. Oh, I haven't talked to you all since we had the dental fun. So it ended up being 2 days plus a follow-up, but it's all fixed. It's all good. He shall live to bite another day. Yeah. But unfortunately, he inherited something, and I have a tooth that was a mess when I was little as soon as it came in, and he has exactly the same. And I didn't even really think it could be exactly the same. And the dentist is telling me, and I'm just looking at her, and she's like, you have a really funny look on your face. I'm like, because I've heard this all before, but from his position. And I showed them, I'm like, this is the one that I had worked on. And she's like, yep, that's exactly it. So clearly genetic. It's just mine's a bicuspid and his is a molar. But other than that, it's completely the same. Right. Have all the blues got a center that are going to need a center? Or, well, a middle layer, I mean. Yeah. Do. Then let's put centers in. Come on, let's add some red. And in case you were wondering, no, I'm not going for accuracy with the rainbows. I assumed that we're all realizing that. Don't need to report me for terrible spectrum knowledge. It's just an artistic choice. These are figurative rainbows, not scientific rainbows. Anything else? These do not show. Everything else has the center. Excellent. Jean says both her boys had a trigger thumb at the same age. I asked the surgeon if it was genetic, and he said, well, not that he'd heard of before, but she thought he was rethinking that on his feet. I love it. Okay, now, what color to do dots? So I think we're going to bring some red up to the top. I mean, I could bring the orange in, but I think we're right. This one. Maybe I do bring in a bit of orange. I'm worried about that red being so bold. It's just going to overwhelm everything. Oops, not done with that stamp, just done with that color. Okay. Is this spice marmalade? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I realize, again, inaccurate because I've put the orange outside the yellow, not closer to the red, but it's okay. And then zigzag in green. So any of them that have solid yellow get green over the top. Like that. And then stripes to go over the red. What stripes to put over the red? I could go back and put the light green over the red again. Yeah? I think that might be a good call. So many ink pads today. Oh, there's no stamp on there yet, Shimelle. Hey, Joe is using Never Grow Up papers while I'm doing this. We love that. Yeah. It's going to make the red a little less overwhelming, I think. Right. That's the end of the inking. Dun, dun, dun. She's finally done stamping. Yeah. Okay, so let's clean up this a little bit. That goes back on there. Look at me not doing what I did last time and just rolling it up. I mean, it takes like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay. Now I roll it up. Right, how's that battery looking? Whoa, I'm gonna lose sound any moment now, so let's finish this onto here. Center has much less contrast than that background. I might pop the whole thing up, to be honest. All right, and then stickers. For a title, we're gonna go over here. Orangina says, this stamp set is just a staple, you can't go wrong. I think I'm gonna use it a lot. Right, so we're gonna do pause. And then I'm going to use tiny letter stickers to do the great and terrible here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wind up here because you're going to lose me talking very shortly. So if you've enjoyed this stamping adventure and you want to give it a thumbs up on the video, that'd be fabulous. So things you could do here, you can use smaller rainbow stamps if you want to have a pattern that it doesn't feel so big and bulky. I do have a little bit of a disconnect between the background and the foreground here. So ways that I'm going to deal with that, I think I am going to pop this whole paper element up using foam tape to lift all of that up. I may also add in a couple really thin mats in colors that are here to pull it together, but I know I don't have enough microphone power to take you through pulling that apart and adding those. So I'm going to add a couple little thin mats to bring those colors into this section, and that will help. I'm going to use small letter stickers down here. My journaling is going to go here, and I don't think I'm going to add a lot more embellishment to this other than gold mist, but I could be wrong. Every once in a while I get I'm convinced I won't add more, and then I add more, of course. Right, so if you wanted to do this with multiple photos, you're going to use more of your paper space for photos and less paper. So I've actually got, for a paper stack, there's a lot of each of these papers showing. It's big and chunky pieces there, so you need to just bring it down so that you have more room for your photos. Okay? Have a great day. If you're in class, you'll get an email from me later when there's another video for you to watch today. And I will see you very soon. I'll be live right here, same bat channel, on Monday at 1:30 p.m. UK time. See you soon. Thank you.